Well, who's here? Anybody? We'll give it a few minutes. See if anybody joins. Ooh, looks like we had one. Now they're gone. This was kind of last minute. Nobody knew I was really doing this except for a few people. But we'll give it just a quick couple minutes here and see if anybody's got the time to join in or not. If you are here, if you could leave something in the chat. Oh, Lake Hopper. Hey, man. What's going on, sir? All right. Wonder if I can type back too. All right, Popped Outdoors is here, all in the house. Right on. So, this is a brand new setup. Live streaming is not something that I do. Well, it is now, but how does the mic sound? Uh, hey, mom, my mom's here. Cool. How does the mic sound? How does the camera look? The background, does everything looking okay? Fantastic. I'm eating dinner while chatting with you. Nice. So the idea of doing this, so this is the weekly catch, and kind of my thoughts were to just do a weekly. No, I don't look awful. Stop it. To just do a kind of a weekly recap on what the fishing's been like, what are we fishing for, what's working, what's not working. Maybe talk a little bit about some different baits and stuff, what we're going to be throwing in the month of December. So, uh, hey, Trout Slayer's in here too. What up, man? Uh, and I'm going to solicit a lot of feedback from you guys too, as far as what are you guys out there throwing that's working or not working. What are you having your luck on? Are you catching the big ones? Are you catching a bunch of little dinks, stuff like that? So I thought this was a good way to just kind of start building a community and seeing. We're just going to see where this goes. So uh, I'm gonna do this live stream every Wednesday at 6 for 2026. Well, starting now through 2026, and I want to see just where it goes from here. I have no idea where this is going to go, but we're gonna see. So, um, Lake Hopper, I got a question for you, man. So I just watched your latest video. You were out there catching some crappie out at Hearts Lake. What jigs were you using? What was Emmett catching his walleye with John? I don't know. Paddle tails, maybe? So these live streams, I'm thinking they'll go 20, 30 minutes, just a weekly recap, something like that. And hopefully Lake Copper is responding here, but Trout Slayer, Pacific Northwest Trout Slayer, he was in one of my videos where he caught a monster of a cutthroat. We were out at Lake Nowatzel, and he caught just a huge fish. So, but what are you finding that the trout are biting on right now? What seems to be the most successful lure? Are you doing Dodgers with hoochies? Are you doing like Rapalas or the sack lure or what? And Lake Hopper says 16 to 30 seconds Amazon jig with 6 cents plastics. Okay. Okay. And I saw how you're fishing them just really, really just little twitches and stuff like that. Real slow actions. Aha. Outdoor Pacific Northwest is here too. Hey man, we got to get together and fish one of these days. I don't think you're that far away from me. I think you're just down the street. Dodger Kokanee cut plug at Ward was killing it before the rain. Hey Kevin, that's awesome. Hey, thanks for joining us too. No, that's really cool. I Ward Lake is a lake I definitely want to go after some kokanee for. That's I've got a whole big tackle box built out for kokanee. I've just never spent a lot of time chasing kokanee. I've caught them just by accident, but I love kokanee. They're really good fish to eat. So I'm really looking forward to hitting Ward Lake and trying that, and also probably American Lake. And I hear Summit Lake's got some kokanee in it too. So when that opens back up, I want to hit that lake too. Yeah, like 10 minutes away. Okay. Yeah, man. Uh, for those of you who maybe don't know where I'm at, I am in Washington, right in between I got about 4 or 5 lakes right around me. So I'm in Western Washington, just in the Olympia area. So we got some good fishing around here. Summit Lake is really good for kokanee. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that. I've never actually fished Summit Lake. I've been out there on jet skis and stuff, but I never really fished it. Summit Lake. Yeah, Lake Hopper, you had quite an experience on Summit Lake from what I've heard, from what you've told me. Swimming, not kayaking. Learned kokanee at Ward Lake. Just stuck it out and grind until I figured it out. Summit Lake cokes are amazing, just smaller in sizes. So Kevin, are the cokes at Summit smaller or at Ward smaller? Because I've seen some videos where some people have pulled some decent sized cokes out of Ward Lake before. Okay, so Trout Slayer, you were fishing for cokes that day. It looks like nice. So I've got some kokanee cut plugs. I've got 6 or 8 of them now. Um, I definitely want to set those up and drag them behind the boat, see what we can pick up. Maybe that's what we should do this Saturday. The weather's looks like it's going to be taking a break. We've got a windstorm like crazy right now. A lot of rain too, flooding everywhere. But Saturday maybe is looking good. Every time I look at my weather app, it's always different. It's always saying something different. So I don't know what it's going to do. Yeah, flooding. Yeah, we are flooding. Yeah, state of emergency now. So things are things could get busy for me, but we'll see how things go. I'm hoping nobody calls me to work because I really would like to just go fishing. Ward Lake is better in size, just harder to come across them. Across the boat launch, far side, deep. Okay, yeah, just long lining it, no weight. So I've heard that a lot. The right now is a good time because the water temps are cooled down quite a bit. Most of the lakes I've been out on here are 45 to 48 degrees is what I've been reading. So um, yeah, that would make sense that they're starting to surface a little bit more. Trout Slayer, they got cutties in Ward Lake. I did not know that. I thought it was just trout and kokanee and your typical bass and panfish and things like that. So that's really cool. That's I did not know that. Probably not the same size as the ones that are out there at Lake Nowatzel, though. I'm going to guess that's an accurate statement. That one that you got out there at Nowatzel was just a monster of a fish. I didn't know they could get that big. Oh, I guess maybe I need to go back and watch that because I thought you were just catching just trout, but maybe I was wrong. Okay. Uh, I know that for the trout, I'm finding I'm picking up more bites with just a hoochie behind a dodger currently. I'm not catching a lot of um, I'm not catching a lot of trout on like the Rapalas and the bite was on for a long time there. It was on hot with the Rapalas and the sack lures and stuff, but now it's definitely tapered off. I'm still getting bites on them, but not as aggressive as I was. But they seem to be picking up the hoochies, dragging those behind a Dodger, like a skateboard Dodger or something like that. Lake Hopper, Summit's got the numbers. Man, that's a tough call. Catch more fish or catch bigger fish and less of them. Pop Outdoors, that's my brother, everybody. He's back in Iowa. So 6+ inches of ice, lakes are frozen over here. So walleye, muskie, perch, and cross crappie are on the menu. So his name's Johnny. Johnny, you got to go fishing. You got to go ice fishing, and you got to post a video here uh, showing how you do some ice fishing. I want to go ice fishing really bad this year. I might. We've taught me and Blake over at um, Washington Fish Quest have talked about going to the east side and doing some ice fishing. So Richard Brown, howdy, sir. It's kind of hard to keep up with the chat sometimes, but I'm trying. I'll get better at this. I promise I'll get better at it. um, oh, Mason Lake got kokanee. Had no idea. No idea. I have never fished Stillicum Lake. I never have. I've thought about it. I hear they've got some bass, some nice bass in that lake, and it's close enough. I could run up there and fish that pretty easy. Uh, Outdoor, what do you typically fish for in that lake? And what kind of stuff are you using? Kevin says they got smallies in Mason Lake. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I figured that was rich, Johnny. I figured it was. And Lake Hopper is working with a lure maker and will be coming out with a prototype soon. And he's going to give me one of those to try. Yes, he is. He doesn't know it yet, but he is. Large trout and Stillicum trout, rooster tails. So here's something funny. Growing up, I threw rooster tails for years. I had a whole tackle box full of rooster tails, and I swore by those things for a long time. But that I had to break out a little bit, branch out, try some new stuff, because I just you know I can't just use one lure the rest of my life. So I'm still learning a lot too about fishing. Um, Not necessarily about fishing really, but a lot of different baits and tactics, and how are we, how are you throwing it, how are you working it, what's the presentation, things like that. So I'm getting a little bit better at it. Awesome lake for trout and bass. Cokes in there too. Stillicum Lake. Wow, Stillicum's got cokes. I had no idea. I didn't. Hmm. I didn't think that there were that many lakes around here that had cokes in them. But man, those are good eating fish. I really like cokes. Got that real nice pink meat to them. Not some of the trout that we catch are just that real pale white meat, and me, they're not great. Sometimes they taste a little. I don't know. They're not that real firm meat, and they taste a little muddy sometimes. So, but that's all right. Mini-me salmon. That's right. I mean, literally, that's what they are. They're mini-me salmon. Lake Meridian in Kent has Coke. Okay, I've never heard of Lake Meridian. No, I don't think I have. One thing that that Trout Slayer and I have talked about doing is hitting Taps Lake for tiger muskies, and they've got tiger muskies down in Mayfield Lake too, and those things are monsters. I would love to catch. In fact, this spring, that's on my bucket list is to get out there and do some muskie fishing. I think that'd be really really fun to latch onto one of those things. That would be wild. Drag your boat around. You guys out there in the kayaks, hang on tight because that'll be pretty crazy. I would love to catch one in a kayak, to be honest with you. That'd be blast. Oh, yeah. Kevin, the fish of a thousand casts. Yeah, there's a couple fish with that name, but tiger muskies are one of them. I've been, me and Trout Slayer have been doing some homework on those things, just trying to learn as much as we can, see what people are throwing. I saw one video where guys were throwing like a whopper plopper chopos and just slaying them on those things. So, but and it was early morning, and they were doing really good. So that'll be a blast. Anybody want to come join us on this on those tiger muskie trips? Reach out to us because one of us has got to catch one. I mean, I would love, even if I didn't catch one, just I would love to see somebody catch one and just get a picture of it. That would be cool. That'd be a lot of fun. And I know this summer I want to get over to potholes. I know Lake Hopper, you've been over there this year, and the walleye and crappie over there are excellent. It's excellent fisheries over there. Soda Lake. Um, there's quite a few. There's a lake over there called Black Lake that used to be really good. My uncle used to fish that lake, but I have seen a lot of carp in there, so I don't know if it's great or not. But it's really close to um, potholes. Oh, two two horse Suzuki, sipping gas, just sipping it. But hey, little two horse Suzuki, man, they get you around. That's fun little motors and lightweight, not like a 60 horse that weighs a ton. Nothing wrong with those. I did the kayaks with a paddle for a long long time. Several years I just paddled around, and yeah, it takes a little while. It's hard to cover ground, but even with my boat that I've got now, I've got a 1754 tracker with a 60 horse on it. 99% of the time, I'm just running the bow mounted trolling motor. The only time I fire up the motor, it seems like, is to just get the boat back on the trailer. Unless I'm launching the boat and I'm going to a certain spot on a lake that I want to get to real quick, but then I'll fire it up and let her eat. But most of the time, I'm just working the trolling motor. Ooh, a 6 horsepower on the PA. Ooh, that'll get you moving. That's for sure. That'll get you scooting. I say do it. Why not? If it'll handle it, or you could build some other bracing or something if you needed to. But 6 horse, hell yeah. So I'm thinking about yeah, 10 to 12 miles an hour. I think. Yeah, I bet you're not far off. You might even be a little bit low on that. So I'm also thinking about doing some pan fishing this winter too. When I was out at the last time I was over at Long Lake, we were catching some really nice, like 10-inch perch, big fat ones, huge bellies on them too. And this year, I have caught more larger panfish like perch and bluegill than I have in the past. So I don't know if something has changed in the lakes, they're just getting more food, or if they're just not being fished as hard or whatever. But and those are really good eating. Fillet out a little perch or a bluegill. They're really good eating. I like them personally. So I'm thinking about going out and doing some fishing. Now I have noticed that they have moved off into the deeper water, and most of the lakes around here, for the most part, are around 20 feet deep. But I think it'd be pretty cool to do a little pan fishing, maybe even this weekend, just to see what they're biting on in the wintertime. I've not spent any time to speak of really fishing for panfish or any fish really in the wintertime. Historically, the past 6 or 7 years, I've been out duck hunting. Duck hunt 60 to 70 days a year through this time of year. And this year I just hung it up and said, I'm just gonna spend more time fishing. So so I've got a lot to learn over the winter time, and I'd like to catch a bass too. Um, I was thinking about throwing like a jerk bait, just working it real slow, twitch, twitch, pause, twitch, twitch, pause. But I don't have any experience fishing with these things. Hey, see you, Johnny. You're out of here, huh? Kevin says, I've never been able to successfully target perch. Always a bycatch. Would be cool to target them. Watch Lake Copper video and catch them. Yeah. Perch, bluegill, rock bass, panfish, basically. That's like my son Cody. That's one of his favorite fish to go after. And that, I think they're fun because you can. Me and a buddy John, I took him out to Black Lake, and I bet you we caught over 100 fish in a morning, just in a few hours. Uh, a lot of them were small, nothing big, but we were catching them, throw it back. It was like every cast, it was like another fish, another fish, another fish. And it was a blast. We make these little lures. We named them the Erd. It's got two little legs and a little body, and you just put them on, a 32nd or a 16th ounce jig head. And you just cast them out with like an ultralight or a light rod, and you just kind of twitch it back to you real slow and easy, reel and twitch, and we could not keep those things off of our lines. It was insane, but we had a lot of fun. So I don't know if that lure would work this time of year. That's one thing I want to try, but I got a couple of boxes of worms in my fridge right now that we just bought. So worst case scenario, I know perch love worms, so we can just drop some worms over the side of the boat, see if we can pick some up. And we were out a couple weeks ago, I think, over at Pattison Lake, and we were catching them over there too. So, but yeah, you're right. All fish love worms. I know. Cody, my kid, caught his personal best bass over at Pattison. He was fishing with a trout magnet on an ice rod of all things, and he caught a 4.5 pound bass with it just over the side of the boat. Wasn't even doing anything with it. It was just we were just drifting along barely, and he boom nails this huge bass on a trout magnet. So yeah, oh yeah, I was using one of those giant spinner baits because I had never really fished with them before. And I thought, I'm going to go I have to catch a bass on one of these things. I throw it out there. I caught 4 trout on a giant spinner bait. So like, who knew? I mean, it was crazy, but well, I'm going to wrap this up. This was the intro to the live stream every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. This is where we'll be. And I think it'll be fun just to kind of grow this community. And I'd like to get a lot of engagement, if we can find other people to join into the chat, and even have some guests on here too. I've got to figure out all the software to do this, but hey, Don just showed up. Hey man, how's it going, buddy? You showed up just as I'm leaving, but that's all right. So every Wednesday, 6 o'clock, we'll be here. And if we can get more people to join in and talk about, what they're using, what's working, maybe we can help some people out with what we're catching them on, and maybe some people can help us out for those really slow days. You go, man, I can't figure out what they're biting on today. So maybe we can help each other out. So that's the intent of this. So, all right, I guess I will I'm going to sign off. Hey, thanks you guys really for joining us. I know I texted some of you guys and said, hey man, I wanted some feedback. How does it look? How does it sound? Things like that. So I have some software things to learn and figure this out more, because I know I'd like to have a couple of you guys on here, like Trout Slayer, Lake Hopper, and stuff, and we'll go from there. So with all that said, everybody, I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.